Okay, welcome back. I've dug my hole and I've started building some of the stuff from the survival constructor, but what I've noticed is there's no way you can actually make these machines. These three, this generator, the constructor and the small fuel tank, with what you start off with in default mode. So I'm going to make as much of it as I can before I have to move on. And we're going to have to find an iron deposit somewhere. That's going to be a priority, the next priority, because we've got a little bit of this other stuff, so we should have enough of that. But you see, we don't have the stuff to make more of the metal components, and we need a lot of that to make the machines. So we should be able to make at least maybe one or two of these. I think we might be able to make these two. The constructor and the fuel tank. See, because the generator that takes a few other things as well, like the reactor core. That's quite expensive to make too. See, 10 metal components. So I'm just going through making what I can. So we've got as much of it ready before we move on. Now we'll probably make the base starter block too, because we're going to have to get our base down pretty quickly. But yeah, what I'm going to do, I'll probably wait out most of the night. I'll keep going back up to the shore. Actually, I could have taken my O2 generator in this hole with me. I might actually go and get it in a second. Yeah, I'll wait out the night, or most of it, and I'll make what I can. I'll make like more fuel packs and some blocks and things, and I'll make as much of the components I can to make at least a couple of these things. Okay, cool. So I'll pause it here and I'll bring you back once I'm sort of organised and I've got a bit more crafting done. So we'll see you soon. Okay, welcome back. I thought I'd give you an update. We've made a whole bunch of fuel packs. We've got the fuel tank. We've made the wood blocks for the base. We've been making a whole bunch of the components we'll need for the machines later, because there's not much more we can make really with only a few of these ingots. I mean, it seems like a lot, but we probably won't have enough to build all the machines we need until we find more deposits of those. Thankfully, we've got a lot of fuel packs, so we'll be able to get heaps of oxygen. And we've had our O2 generator going outside. Now, even though it's night time, we're going to have to go and get some more, because we're just about out of oxygen again. And it's made 11. Oh, that's good. That's good. So we'll have a couple of these right now. And we'll just leave that for the time being. Yeah, it's so I've made all the rock that I picked up into dust. So eventually we'll make that into concrete to start building our base with. We haven't used any of that magnesium powder, because since we're out of iron, we can't make the bullet tips. Yeah, we've just organised the inventory a little bit. See, we started with almost nothing really, which isn't a bad thing, because I do quite enjoy hard games. So yeah, I do expect myself to get my ass kicked a bit during this season, but that's cool. That's cool. Now, one thing we're really okay for now is promethium. Like, we've got a whole bunch of these packs. Like, we won't run out of those for a long time yet. So what I'm hoping is by the time we do run out of these, we've found somewhere else that we can set up and mine and that, because there aren't really many ore deposits on this planet. Like, as opposed to the other one, I think these had like about 8 or 9 of each, and these are, they're all less than 7. Most of them are 5 or less. But we started up sort of here somewhere, and we ran down this valley, across this lake, and across this mountain, like underneath the pole there. And somewhere over there was that big trippy, it looked like an alien base of some sort, like a big pyramid. But I think today probably our best bet is to keep exploring around this plain, because it's a big open area and we should be able to come across ore. There should be at least one other deposit in here somewhere, I'm hoping, because that's like what, probably a quarter of the planet just on the screen there. Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll wait for dawn, and I'll pick up all my stuff and we'll keep moving on, So we'll bring you back soon. Okay, welcome back. We're ready to move on again. It's more or less daylight, so we must as well carry on. We'll see how this thing's been doing. It's made 5 more bottles, so that'll be enough for now. If we pick this up, it'll drop that with the power packs. So we made a whole bunch of power packs, so we'll be sweet for those for a while. We'll come around this side of the lake, I think, since we've already been the other way. We might steer clear of that big pyramid thing for now. We'll check it out once we've got weapons, because I'm guessing there's going to be drones and aliens and all sorts of freaky things up there. And all we have is a pistol. I mean, this pistol's pretty good, but I mean, if I get stuck with a whole bunch of drones and troops and like all sorts of monsters and things, I mean, I won't last long. Oh, I'm going to have to eat something. Okay. Yeah. So we'll just get to the other side of this ridge so we can see a bit more of the plains. Then we might discover some more ores if we're lucky. Iron is what we need, eh? We need heaps of that. Okay. Oh, they look like orange trees. We'll pick some of these, eh? Can we pick this one? That one hasn't got fruit. This one has though. Oh, that's interesting. So they don't all start with fruit then. I guess maybe there's male and female plants, but they look pretty much the same, don't they? I wonder if that's Arkua up there. I wonder if we can just fly there without having to warp. That'd be cool if we can. I'd quite like to get the heck off this planet, to be honest. Hey. I mean, it's cool, eh? I mean, it's really difficult and stuff, eh? But I have a feeling it's going to kick my ass for a long time, so it'll be actually quite good, eh? Once we get to the stage where we can build a ship and just carry on, eh? I'll get this one too. Well, at least this planet has oranges. Oh, has that one got some too? Yeah, so this start, it seems a lot like some of the other survival games I've played, eh? Like they start you with almost nothing, and you're sort of running scared and struggling for the first little while. Like the last incarnation of this game, it was actually, you know, the start was reasonably easy as long as you took care of like the resources you started with, eh? And you didn't go too overboard making things. Silicon deposit, where's that? Up there. Yeah, we'll go up there. Okay, cool. I'll pause it here and I'll bring you back. Okay, welcome back. Now, as I figured, there were more ore deposits on these plains. So there's copper over there, there's iron there too, there's more silicon there, and we're just above the silicon deposit here. So that's freaking awesome, eh? But the only trouble is it's quite a long way from that water. But that's alright, I think. We'll grab some silicon, we'll get some copper, and we'll come back here and we'll get some iron, and then we'll carry on this way around the valley, I think. So yeah, I'll pause it here and I'll bring you back. Okay, welcome back. I got a whole bunch of that ore. How much did I get? 178, so that'll be enough for a little while, eh, at least. Well, we can always come back to there later on once we probably have a hovercraft or some kind of small vessel or something. So probably what we'll do is we'll set up somewhere over by that iron deposit, I think. Do we need much copper? Oh, yeah, we probably do actually. We'll get at least a little bit of copper. We will pick up some oranges on the way. Yeah. So this valley's actually really good, eh? There's 3 of the really important ores we need. And we do have enough promethium for quite a long time. I guess though, once we get our base fired up, we'll chew through it pretty quickly. Okay, so this copper's around here somewhere. Where is it? Right. I might have gone like just over top of it. Okay, well, while we're farting around having a look for it, we'll put down our O2 generator. Then we'll fuel that up. Yeah, this looks pretty quiet on these planes, which is good. Okay, so there's the ore down there. We're going to go down diagonally this time so we don't get stuck. So I'll pause it here again and I'll bring you back. Okay, welcome back. We've mined a whole lot of copper ore. We've probably got enough for now. Once again, we can always come back to this place. Okay, we better go and check our generator. How much has that done? 2. That's alright though. Okay, next up we'll go and get that iron. Where was it? Over there. Okay. Yeah, so I'm feeling a bit more confident now. We've got like a lot of the gears we need now. Well, at least a lot of the ores, so we've got... That'll be enough copper for the moment, and silicon I think, to at least build our first few machines. Oh, I don't like the look of that fella. We'll give him a wide berth. Yeah, hopefully he won't follow us. Oh. Okay, cool, yeah. We'll beeline it to this iron then. Okay, cool, yeah, so I think my plan for the night will be mine the crap out of this iron deposit. And then make the machines we need to build our base with. And then we'll probably set up over by this lake in the next episode, I think. Yeah, see, we've got a whole lot of skill points to spend as well, so at least a few of those we'll spend on the oxygen generator machine, so we can stick that down in the water and start making it in quantity, in bigger quantities. But it's actually a really good score finding this iron, because without this we wouldn't be able to progress at all much, really. Yeah, so I think that's... Yeah, I'm not sure how long this has been going for yet. But we'll probably leave it here and we'll bring you back in the morning once I've sort of sorted out a bit more of my gear, a bit more of my crafting, and hopefully we haven't been killed by this dickhead up on the hill here. Yeah, so yeah, we'll bring you back next time when we'll get sorted out a bit more, eh? So yeah, thanks for watching.